3, 2, 1. Nicholas, welcome to the show, man. This is our first time getting into this bad boy.
No. Thank you. I know we've talked about having a podcast for a long time, but I'm glad we're finally getting into it.
It's been a while. We've had a setup. It's been a journey.
Time. We've probably talked about it for like 2 years, and finally just decided to do it today.
What better time than now, dude? What better time than now?
I just came out off the golf course.
Wow.
Did terrible.
How so?
Well, I mean, I shot 103. So, you don't know what that means?
I don't think a lot of people know what that means.
Okay. Well, the goal of golf is to hit it as little amount of times as possible. And I hit it 103 times. Average is like 70 usually for most courses, like 74.
Wow.
I hit 103.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but that's because golf's a hard sport.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's probably one of the most mentally challenging sports I've ever done. Literally, you get up to the tee and you just think about your entire life before you hit that ball. Wow. Literally, like, think about, oh my gosh, what am I doing? If I hit this ball, I mean, I can hit the ball, I'm going to hit it in the water, aren't I? Like,
wow.
The old couple behind me is laughing at me right now as I'm about to swing.
How many people are usually on the field with you?
I mean, it's usually just me and one other guy, like, driving around, but I mean, it depends on the time of the day, but there's always people behind you, and then you feel rushed when you play because the people behind you are sitting in a cart, and they're just looking at you as you're swinging halfway down the fairway. They're like, just hurry up. That's what you feel like. So then you rush it, and then when you rush it, you tink it, and it goes like left into the sand.
Yeah.
And then you're mad.
You're playing 103s then.
Then you're bending your club over your knee, and you're walking off the course. You should play with me sometime.
Dude, I know. We talked about it very lightly, but...
You can use my clubs. I wouldn't care.
Wow.
So you don't have to...
That's an honor.
Yeah, at least for the first, so you don't have to buy a new set. Because I think at golf courses, you actually have to... Everyone has to have their own set. It's expensive.
What?
It's an expensive hobby.
How long have you been doing it?
Well, I mean, it makes me not sound as bad because I've only been playing for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, as far as... just playing every week, but
nice.
I played like once when I was like 7, and when no one was looking, I threw the ball because I couldn't hit it. It was in the sand, and I took it, and I just threw the ball into the green, and it went into the hole. Wow. And I said, "Wow, guys, I just chipped it in." No one believed me. Apparently, later I found out they knew I threw it the whole time.
Oh,
I was pretty.
That's morally devastating.
It is, but
because you probably really. You probably played it off as if you really banged it in.
No, I did. Like, yeah, I was really excited. I jumped around. I was like 7. I was like, yeah, Dad, you see me hit that shot? He's like, yeah. And then years later, like, we knew you threw that. You didn't chip it in.
Man, that's
like,
a heartbreaker.
I was like, yeah.
Were you embarrassed?
I was. Yeah. I have chipped it in though. Like, actually now in life, I did it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
I chipped it for a double bogey.
Wow.
So not a good chip in, but it was chipped in. And today on the course, a beautiful, like 150 yards out chip. It was literally like this, like a foot from the hole.
Nice.
This is the most beautiful shot I ever hit. And then I missed the putt.
That
was horrible.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited, I just went up and was like, I'll just tap it in. And it went around the rim, did a around the world.
Oh, my goodness. I feel like with golfing, dude, it's kind of like fishing stories.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of the same. Like, it's just usually like 2 guys, quietness, just doing their own thing. But the moment you don't hit a ball, it's not quiet anymore. It's a lot of cursing would happen probably.
Yeah.
A lot of. You don't have fun 90% of the time playing golf.
Really?
But that 10% time you do have fun, it's the greatest experience ever.
Yeah. Do you go out there with like a dress pants and pillows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just because that's kind of the gear, I guess. So I just won't go out there and dry fit Nike shirts and
nice.
Like some. They're not like chinos, but they look like chinos, but they're like flex fit usually.
That's nice. It's professional. We got to go out there, man.
You got to look professional. You can't I don't think they let you if you're out there in like sweatpants or like you can't be here.
Wow. I don't know if I love that or hate it.
They're pretty. I mean, courses have rules. I guess it's like you can't go to a football game without a helmet.
Yeah.
You can't go to the.
Without some chinos.
Yeah, without some chinos. You can't go to the golf course without chinos.
Man.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though, I will say.
Well, if it's fun though, who cares?
Just playing. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care. I do it like once a week.
They let you take GoPros?
Yeah, you can film.
You
You can do
strap
it.
them on?
Some people are out there with their like sensors reading how far they hit the ball. Like they put their phone up. They got rangefinders. Like
Wow.
the people are really into
That's
it.
incredible. I bet that's fun to see though when you go.
Yeah, no, I played with these random guys that showed up, and they were just because me and the guy I play with, we just go off the cuff. We're like, I think that's probably a 7-iron. You can probably hit that. But they're out there with the rangefinder. They're like, oh yeah, that's 150 yards from the pin. You're definitely going to use your 8 on that one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they look at the ball through the rangefinder, and they can tell like exactly where it's at.
How advanced are these rangefinders? Like, do they
They're
tell you
pretty-
like what like swinger to hit, I guess, or like what type of tool to use?
Swinger.
I don't know what you
the
call
classic club.
The club,
The swinger.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean. Like if it's like 80 yards out, it's like you're
I
definitely
don't think
gonna
it tells you, but I mean,
just know.
there's just a knowledge that you learn, like
Yeah.
because some people hit different with different clubs.
Yeah.
Like my power's not that great, so like the guy I play with can hit an 8-iron a certain distance, but I would need to hit a 7 to hit because it's like the lower the number, the farther you hit is usually how it's supposed to go.
I got you.
So like he can hit an 8 that distance, but I'd have to hit maybe like a 6 or a 7 to get the same distance, just because he's got a better, better club for him, a better swing, things like that.
Like form?
Yeah, better form too. Just then they know that club. They just know that that's what they can hit that distance.
Yeah.
Me only playing 3 months, I'm not that knowledgeable on like. Some people just know like I can hit this with a sand wedge. It hits it 200 yards.
I feel like it also just takes like so many different types of like clubs. Like really, like how many sets like have these people like are these like older guys that have kind of really gone through a lot of different.
I mean, a lot of people out there are the older like.
Yeah.
It's an older person sport. Usually, there's just a lot of older people, but there's college kids and high school kids, but they usually have starter sets like I have. I just buy a starter set, but those people have like clubs, all different brands, like because they like a driver from this brand or a wedge from that brand, a putter from that brand. Usually, starter sets, you get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you just get the whole set, and they're all matching, and you look a little cheesy. I'd say with a full matching set, you're like, he looks inexperienced.
Well, yeah,
but I don't care. I'm out there in my chinos, so I look like I'm
getting it done.
I look like I'm getting it done.
Yeah.
You know?
See, but like the normal person just like going by, they just think you're like, man, he's just getting it at the golf course.
He's just
getting it done.
He's just getting it done, exactly.
They probably think you're good too, because why would you be golfing?
Because why? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
No one
Why are
really
you
golfs
dressed
unless
up?
no one golfs unless they can golf usually.
So you look like a pro out there.
Yeah. Even though I just sliced it into the woods, I'll never see that ball
See,
again.
but they don't see that. They're
They
just
don't.
like, wow, look at that form.
They just see, look at that shot.
Man, he hit
That's
that.
in the air.
Yeah.
And then what they don't see is me beating my driver against a tree because
They've already passed you by
because I couldn't find it.
That's incredible, man.
Today, someone lost because you put covers over your clubs, and the guy I was playing with lost his cover apparently like holes back, and then we just see this old man zooming on the golf cart tour, just like what is happening, and he starts waving the cover around, and he brought it all the way like 4 holes down to us.
Wow.
I was like, well, that's nice of him.
That's spectacular.
See, that's nice. Golf, I feel like people are nice at the place. It's just a nice.
Yeah, it's the gentleman's sport now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a nice sport. I feel like if I left something at any other like sport, they just probably like, oh, this is nice, and they take it and bring it home.
Yeah, I mean things are expensive, man. I mean, really. I mean that's why people just love taking little goodies.
Yeah, it really is. Like especially in golf, everything's expensive.
Yeah.
But how have you been doing, man?
Oh, dude. I mean, I've been great. Just been a little busy at work, but doing my thing. Just chilling out, really. Man, you mentioning like gentleman's sport with golf, it makes me think about F1. And yeah, F1 racing, dude. We just got off a race at Monaco, and had some new faces up on podium. So that was pretty cool to see. Yeah, not really new faces, just faces you really wouldn't see that often, because Hamilton's always dominating.
Let's say was
the
Lewis
podium.
Hamilton there?
He wasn't on the podium.
Really?
I don't exactly know what he finished because I only saw highlights this weekend. But
'Cause he's like the only one I know as far as F1 racing.
you know Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like a couple, but I've just never been. Just don't watch it. You know what I mean? It's just something you'll hear. Like you'll hear about it. Like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know it's one of those like fancy sports. Sponsored by Rolex, Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's always those sports like tennis, golf, F1. Those high money like.
Old people like those sports though. I feel like man, it's like they're just so worldwide, and there's a lot of old people
Yeah,
and they love it.
And especially tennis. I mean, the most worldwide sport is soccer, which I think is probably honestly the cheapest sport if you think about it. It's just just a $4 ball.
Yeah, and you can use sticks.
I mean, you get some cleats, and that's expensive.
Find a nice little field with some trees. Use that as your goal.
Yeah.
You know.
And, I mean, like Messi in the backyard, just kicking against a brick wall when he's like a kid, and now he's a millionaire.
He's the GOAT.
I mean, you got. It's kind of hard with golf, I guess. You need clubs to start. You can't just grab a stick and hit the ball. It's not going to be the same. Happen. Yeah. You gotta have money, I guess, to start.
Yeah. But you know,
F1, of course. Yeah, that's. I mean, you definitely have to have money to.
You gotta
have
a little something.
You gotta know some people.
I know. I feel like it all starts with like kart racing though. It's like kids. I feel like all of those racers started like driving at like 5 years old in a cart.
Yeah, like doing speed local speedways and stuff. It's where you gotta start. Yeah, and you gotta start somewhere. You can't just like one day like he's a pretty good driver.
Yeah,
we should get him on the F1 track.
Oh my goodness, man! I'm telling you, like getting my new car. The 350Z. I say new car. It's an old car, but that thing being a manual. But dude, like, wow, what a change in, I guess, motion. I mean, you go like I've been driving like automatic literally since high school, like when I started, and it's like just trying out like the manual transmission. That's a challenge. It's different, man. It's different.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I tried. I don't think I've tried doing stick shift. I've rode in cars when people doing stick shift, and I'm like, how do they even stay? I guess it just keeps you more focused on driving.
Yeah.
When you have automatic, you're just kind of just daydreaming. But when you're
I feel like manual, I get tired when I'm driving automatics.
When you're doing manual, you're just in it.
You're operating it, man.
You're shifting. You're just
You feel cooler though.
You do
because you feel the engine. You know when to shift, and it's like
you feel like you're doing something. I feel like it's more rewarding experience when you drive with manual. When you're automatic, you're just like, all right, start the car. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. All right, put it in drive. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I know, man. The car seems pretty brutal. I mean, it's like if you have an automatic, you're automatically a loser. And then it's like if you have a V6 when you could have gotten the V8 automatic, oh, you're a real big loser now. It's like, wow.
It'd probably be easier to stay awake driving manual like at night because you drive an automatic late night on the interstate. There's like no cars.
Yeah. You
just start to doze off,
yeah.
or you just look up and you're just like, how did I even get here? Like, you know what I mean? Like daydreaming, I feel like is very easy.
Oh, yeah.
How many times I look back, like, did I just run that red light?
Yeah.
There's all those cars are stopped behind me, but I'm not. So
I know.
Did I make it?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I guess I'll find out in the mail. That's literally how it goes. I hate it.
Yeah.
I do it every day.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Especially like, I don't know, I feel like when you're just cruising, man, and you can kind of start idling a little bit, drop it down in gear, hear the engine rolling, 400 horsepower minimum. Wow.
You just light, yeah.
Wow.
You just
and
love
then you
the
just
energy.
hear it purring. It's something. It's a fun experience though. It's definitely different. You got to be into it, I assume. It really, yeah.
You got to be into like the car like scene. I mean, I'm not really. I just kind of. I mean, I like cars, but I've never been like big into them.
Yeah, I used to hate them. I really did. And then I had a buddy at school show me those cars once, and I'm like, wow, like one of those Nissans, and I'm just like, that's incredible. And then I always kind of liked F1. I never really liked NASCAR. I always thought that stuff was kind of...
I've never liked NASCAR, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when I was a kid, I just picked a favorite driver. I was just like, he's my favorite. I'm forgetting who my favorite was. I can't think of his name.
Just not avid into the sport.
It was the one everyone hated. He's number 24.
Gordon? Jeff Gordon?
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon?
Definitely.
That was your favorite?
He was my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
Yeah, no one really did.
I think I liked the Home Depot guy. I think it was Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even...
then he went to Old Spice.
Did he?
Yeah.
I always thought the Home Depot car was cool.
Yeah, the orange.
The orange car.
It was, yeah. And then everyone, I just didn't want to like Dale Earnhardt. Everyone likes Dale Earnhardt. That's like...
Yeah, dude, my grandparents are nuts about Dale Earnhardt.
I could...
Like Senior, yeah.
Yeah.
He did have a
Senior,
cool car.
Senior was cool. I don't like
not
Junior.
Junior's not that cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Senior's pretty, yeah.
Senior's
he had a story. He had like an epic like story that people liked. Junior was just his son. So it was
I mean, he's still a good racer, which is cool.
I mean,
it's dope.
You can't beat him.
Right.
He's a good racer.
Yeah.
It's just you didn't want to bandwagon it and be like, I like Dale Earnhardt.
Right.
That's like saying, I like the Patriots after they win 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. I know exactly.
I like the Buccaneers now out of nowhere.
Man, I kind of felt like that time to time though. Just like seeing absolute like Tampa dominate after
Well,
being the laughing stock.
you gotta love a dominating team.
You
like,
have to.
It's like the Warriors in the NBA.
Yeah.
When they were their golden team,
I was just talking about that with Gavin. I was talking about the other day how like the era of like 2K 15, 16, and then like the era of Golden State versus Cleveland.
That was such a
great
fun time. I enjoyed watching basketball at that time.
Oh my
like
goodness,
I would watch the
wait.
finals.
Oh my goodness, man! Every game was just amazing.
Yeah,
they were amazing. Like I didn't care if Houston wasn't in there. It was just like I know we all like watching Super Bowls and finals, but it's like those were some good years, and it was just good ball.
It's just good. It's just it's like impeccable basketball. Like every play is crucial in those games. I mean, LeBron's pretty much he was the dominant force for Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, Golden State, everyone, even their bench, could shoot a three-pointer.
How about it?
They were unstoppable.
Yeah, they were wet.
Now, my team hasn't been good since '08, the Celtics.
Yeah.
They lost everyone.
I mean, my team hasn't been good since Yao Ming, so...
it's like... I'll tell you what's another sport that's just NHL, hockey. That is the most entertaining sport, like, in the playoffs.
Really?
It just changes so quick. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
It's 3-0, it's over. Then it's like 4-3 out of nowhere. They just go on a tear.
Yeah. I could never get into hockey, man. I never could. I have so many buddies that love it. They absolutely love it.
I mean, me with sports, I only watch the either the playoffs to the final era. I can't, like, especially basketball. I'm not going to sit there and watch 86, like, regular season games.
I can't do it. I can't.
I
love the game. I love the sport,
yeah.
but I just can't do that.
There's too much to keep up with. You got to, like, wake up at, like you wake up really early some days. Like, they're playing at, like, 8 a.m. Because there's just
Do they play that early?
Well, I mean, I guess not here, but
wait, don't they do that in the summer leagues, though? Don't
they
have
in the summer leagues,
or something
it's
like
all
that?
early games.
So it's like if you're into scouting, bro, like... all those going on, it's crazy.
If you're like people who collect like basketball rookie cards, they're scouting. They're like, oh, this guy's gonna, I gotta pull him in a rookie card. And then like a LeBron rookie card, that's probably like $100K.
Yeah, it's I remember you were telling me about that like a couple months ago, maybe even a year ago. You were like, dude, like I found this one guy who like tells you like what cards to look for and then keep them or something.
He just looks. He's like, all right, this is gonna be like the. I can't think of his name, so I apologize, but he'll just be like, yeah, this rookie, look at these stats. Like, if you get his card, keep it because he's going to be worth money. Like 4 years, he's gonna be a good player. Yeah, and that's what they do, just statistic, and then they end up being worth like, it'll be like you buy the card pack like $50. Yeah, keep that card because 4 years worth like $5,000. Yeah, all you did was keep a card in a little plastic case. That's getting huge right now. Collecting. Yeah. Cards and like reselling. You can't even go to Target or any store like that because it'll say they have them on posters like no Pokemon or MLB packs are available at the counter or whatever. Like you can't purchase them. They're all out of stock.
They're like next gen.
Or like you have to go to the counter to purchase them. They'll keep them behind there because they don't want all these people will just wait in line for the store to open. New pack was released. They'd buy like all the booster packs and then just leave.
It's crazy.
Because they don't care. They got money, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, the resale on some of these cards is ridiculous. You pull like a Charizard or something, it's like $400 in these new packs.
I know.
For like $5 pack. You got to get lucky, of course. And you got to know all your information. Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm sure I have like old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're probably worth them. Probably worth them pretty. They're like originals. Yeah. I got some Blue Eyes White Dragons. Yeah. They're probably worth something, but, I mean... Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that stuff is like taken over Twitch, man. I've seen like so many like card openings, pack openings, and they're like legit pack openings. I'm not talking like sport games, like legit. I'm gonna go to the store, buy some packs,
and open. And that's all it is like a camera over their hands, and they're shuffling it like because they know where the rares are gonna be because they've opened like 50 million packs, and then they're like. Goodness. Oh, we got a Kawhi Leonard 1-of-1 autographed like a card. Yeah, that's probably worth $8K right there.
Yeah, amazing. A little bit of his jersey on the card.
Yeah, a little bit of a signed part of his jersey. Yeah,
I mean, just up in there.
And it's all over TikTok too. Half my TikTok is just people opening cards, and they're just like, "Oh, we got a rookie Derek Jeter. That's probably worth a $50K right there. Autographed 1-of-1." I'm like. That's great. Good for you, man.
Dude, you want to know what I saw in the card collection community? Now, this is going to be my favorite topic probably of the day. they're making esports cards of teams, of esport teams. They're making collector's edition cards. Yeah,
like
dude, like in the
Overwatch
CS,
League?
I think it's like the CSGOs are the first ones to do it. All these CSGO teams are making collector cards. It's ridiculous. Like, that's awesome.
And people are gonna, it'll probably be a big market later on.
In a few years.
Esports is huge.
It's all entertainment. Dude, it's leaped into entertainment.
You go to Buffalo Wild Wings or any sports bar, like they have a whole wall that's just like esports now. Like I was in there and they were like all playing League of Legends, and I was like, usually it's like golf, tennis, basketball.
Yeah.
Then it was just like esports. I was like, there's no one in here watching this really. Like,
dude, I'd eat that up though, because honestly, it's like I don't even like a lot of like those League of Legends or any type of games like that. But it's like I'd still rather watch a competitive scene of that over a baseball game. Seriously,
yeah,
because
really.
it's like I just love seeing, especially, man, I think it's cool. It's like, dude, like you see so many like young Korean kids now, and they're like, it's like I like that's like into the entertainment. I guess it is kind of like inclusive. It's not really like what I'm going for, but it's like anybody can get into this. Like you see people from Thailand, Korea, Japan, New England, like all these places all around the world.
Like
it's
like
crazy.
All, like Overwatch League, they have like teams in China, they got teams in the U.S., they teams in England, they have London Spitfire.
I think it's awesome because it's like, dude, it's really all about like if you're a beast.
And that's good that gaming's finally getting to that point where anyone can kind of enjoy it, and because usually like originally it was for kids. It was like you got a kid, you playing as a Nintendo, and now it's like becoming a big deal in entertainment. That's like that's kind of the next big sport, I guess, is going to be esports.
For sure. I hate the name esports.
Yeah, I feel like it takes it away. I feel like it takes it away from it because it is very. If you get into it, it's very competitive. You're like into it. You are watching it. Would I watch it more than like the Super Bowl, or like would I rather watch like five guys shooting each other in a video game over like real sport, like a real final, like the Stanley Cup or something? Probably not.
See, man, that's where we're different. If the Overwatch League finals are going on versus the Stanley Cup, I'm picking up Overwatch. But if it's like, I don't know, Cards Against Humanity virtual versus the Stanley Cup, it's like I'm going to the Stanley Cup. But it's like, dude, man, there is some high intense action in some of these games, and it's like seeing these teams gel together. It's awesome. It's really cool to see.
I mean, it is pretty like crazy, and like how hype it actually is, and the fans that are there like in the crowd, like they're losing their mind over these people just winning an Overwatch game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it's the same in regular sports. I mean, these fans are diehard for their team. You know, fights break out in bars, I'm sure, because like one guy likes the Red Sox, the other guy likes the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a problem already.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like watching someone physically like win, like it's the physical, I guess, is where I differ. And I understand that's a big problem. Is like people don't think esports is actually a thing because it's not physically, but it is. Like these kids they're every day like grinding, training, practicing, map location, moving their like sensitivity. Everything's like streamlined at this point.
But I feel like that's like, it's like I love the idea of like calling it a sport because I think it makes everyone seem like, oh yeah, they're cool guys, they're athletes.
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, I feel like these games, like, you can know how to shoot and do all that, but if you have no like game sense or you have no actual learning of the game, you're not going to make it far. So it's like I see a lot of these like pro players as like, I'm not going to say intellectuals, but like more like it's their studying that gets them there. It's not how big or strong or healthy and fit they are. Yeah. That's why I don't like calling it esports, because like these guys, they can be athletes on the side, but them being a pro gamer, I'd much rather them just be called pro gamers.
Well, a lot of the people, I guess not all the pros, because you see some that aren't like built like beefy, but some are like, they're like jacked, and they're up there just dominating the game, and that's what you like. I mean, that's what you like to see.
Yeah.
But I think that'll always be the problem with getting into esports and regular, is because it's kind of hard to pick up and know what's going on in an esports match.
It's
Like
pretty
you
good.
can't just turn on League of Legends or Dota or whatever and you know what's going on. You don't know any of the players. You don't know any of the characters, what they do, their alts. But that's different than turning on a tennis match. You kind of just know, like,
Yeah.
okay, you hit the ball. Don't let it hit it twice on that side.
That's a great point to make.
It's simple.
That's a great point.
That's why sports are like easier. I mean, football and like more complicated team sports, I guess, are a little more like, why are there lines? What's first down?
Yeah.
But it's easier to catch up than like, well, why is that character like shooting ice walls and this one's like teleporting all over
For
the
sure.
place?
They're fast. But
Yeah.
dude, my thing is this. You know how like anyone, like you're saying, they can turn on a tennis match and it's like they immediately understand the goal.
Yeah.
It's just like football. You go to the objective.
Yeah.
When will like gaming be so normalized that literally a 3-year-old understands when you turn on a match that that's the goal?
I mean, I think we're
and
living.
they could cheer.
I think
for
we're
it.
living in that era now.
Like you
Because
think it's starting
I think
now?
it's coming now because I mean.
Okay,
think
so you
about
don't
the
think it's
kids.
already here?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
it's here yet. But think of the kids that are being like Fortnite. That's like all kids, and everyone knows it, and they know the characters. Overwatch kids are big into gaming, and they're online all the time, so they learn these statistics, and they know like players. When I was a kid, I knew absolutely nothing. Like I would just grab the game,
Yeah.
and I'd shoot the bad guys. But now these kids are making videos like, all right, this gun does these statistics. You're gonna want the suppressor. You're gonna want the long range barrel, and they know how to beat the game. Like they just know how to do it the fastest way, the most efficient way.
Yeah.
Kids are better now and more efficient at beating games than I was.
They're smart.
When I was a kid, I mean, I was on that era of like internet was being implemented more into games,
Yeah.
but I was still younger enough to not get that full internet. Now it's like every game's online basically.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the internet talking to people. Not me. I was still typing in cheat codes
I know,
on like
right?
the loading screen
Yeah.
to get like, and I knew nothing. Like you would just hear it word to mouth. Like, dude, if you do this, it's cool. Now everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
Like online, you just Google it.
Yeah, we're from the era of like flip phones and internet.
Yeah,
Like-
we're in that odd era. That's
Yeah.
like both. So you can relate to the younger generation, but you can also kind of relate to the older because you know, like that's how it is, and you understand because you were writing cheat codes down from a book and then typing them into the game. Like,
Yeah.
wow, look, I can fly a car with this cheat code.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like just kids know. They just know what gun to use. They know they're better. They're more efficient at beating these games.
I love it though. I really do because like these kids are gonna be elite. Because dude, it's like man, it's really these kids. They're gonna take problem solving to a whole nother level because they all have iPads. If they have a question, they don't ask mom and dad, not unless they want a sippy cup or something.
Yeah.
But it's like oh man. Why is this not working in Roblox? Give me a second. Let me open up Safari here. And
Well, I mean, that's kind of the goal of like the next generation is they're going to be better at solving problems and they're going to know how to evolve further, like humanity, and just how to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But video gaming, I know it's like comparing that to that, but it's like games. That's what they do. They solve a problem. Like, why is this not working?
Yeah.
Why is this gun not better than that gun?
Yeah.
Statistically, they know like how to do it, and they figure it out on their own.
I think it's awesome.
Not
Really?
me. Like back when I mean, I do think that's awesome. But when I was a kid, if the gun was good, the gun was good. That was it. I wasn't looking for another gun to beat it. I just used the good gun.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, I mean, if you use this gun, it actually has one less shot than that one, so you could kill him quicker.
Yeah.
Or-
Have a faster time to kill.
and I don't know how I can't get into the statistic games. I'm very just
Yeah.
couch game. Like I just grab a controller and play.
Would you say you're casual?
I'd say I'm a casual.
No way.
I mean, I know I've played my whole life. We've played like 8 years together, but
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Yeah.
probably.
Dude, I'm still as sweaty as I was when I
I
was
mean,
like 10.
I'm a tryhard, but
I'm a bad
I'm not gonna
tryhard.
go out of my way and study and just inspect.
Oh my goodness, I am. That's the thing.
You're
bro.
very statistical
Well, see,
about
like,
games.
I learned how to actually channel my rage. I don't slam anymore. I've broken a lot of controllers in my day. But man, dude, like, I'm an addict when it comes to rewatching film, recording my games, watching it over, seeing when I died, what could I do, practicing like ownership in a video game. I know that sounds funny, but it's like, dude, like these kids that are like on the top of like the mountain, honestly, in these games, like they're honestly like the way that they can outthink opponents and predict movements, they are mentally on another level. And that's why I get so excited, because it's like they have this type of prediction mindset where they are so smart, and they're like literally like in this weird spiritual connect with the competitive game where like they're going to take this to the real world when it comes to problem solving. And these kids are going to be like incredible, because it's like literally like, I know I keep saying these kids, but it's like, dude, the youth is being introduced to competition so early, and I love it. Because these games, right, if you go to a little soccer game now, everyone's a winner. But when you die in Fortnite, it says, no, you died. You lost.
You lost the game.
You didn't win.
No victory
Go
royale.
try again.
Yeah.
And I love that, because the kids are getting fired up because they want to win.
No, I actually wrote a paper on this in college about like winning and losing, like how
Nice.
it's a bad, like participation is a bad thing to do, a participation medal.
Right.
I mean, I understand you don't want kids and parents complaining like, my kid didn't get this, my kid didn't, like, suck it up. Like, I'm sorry, your kid's not good.
Yeah.
You get better. Maybe if you throw some ball with him, maybe he'll be able to catch it next time.
Right.
Not let it fly over his head.
Yeah. Or
Then
teach him to stop blaming his team when he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Those type of little things.
And that's what I feel like that's good, is like, you win, you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
But sorry, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is in life. Like, you can't teach a kid that, then he goes out and he expects handouts, like, for his
Right.
whole life. You know, he expects to always, like, get what he wants.
For
It's
sure.
just not how it is in society. You have to try for what you want.
Yeah.
And if you're not better than someone else, then they're gonna win.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it before you. They're gonna be better.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
Yeah. Fortunately, we're able to talk about this in a video game.
yeah.
You know, but it's like we're talking about strictly video games, just competition. That's for fun, I'll say, but it's still competition. You want to win.
Well, it does,
It's
now,
not life
well, now
or
that it's
death.
going esports and like it's all
Yeah.
crazy, it can become, it will consume your life. It can. I mean, but look at the kid. Like, with the guy win the Fortnite World Cup, he won $2 million. He's 16 years old.
Yeah, was that like last year, the year before?
I think
Maybe 2019 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
$2 million.
Mm-hmm.
But like, of course, I mean, if he lost, you know, man, you lose the $2 million on it. Like, that's a
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
But these kids take it seriously. I mean, Fortnite. I mean, these are big games, and they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it is a competition, and yeah, kids can have fun. You can have fun because you're a kid, and people just playing can have fun.
Mhm.
But if you're gonna get into it, you gotta play. You gotta
Yeah.
win. You gotta be better than the next person.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you lose.
No. Yeah, I honestly, man, I've been like thinking about doing like, I know this is gonna sound corny, but honestly, like a guide to the Crucible, because I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 lately. And man, it's like I see so many people, like, let's say, you know how there's 3 capture points on the map if you're playing Control.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically team deathmatch, but you got to capture your objectives and
Mm-hmm.
play the objective. Dude, I see so many people, right? Let's say they capture Zone A, the first objective. They'll move right to Zone B and fall right in line with all of their other teammates. And they immediately duke it out in a 6v6.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone head on. But it's like nobody ever thinks about, maybe I should take the other part of the field, maybe follow through this lane,
Maybe
kind
just
of,
stay in zone A just in case they're flanking.
or go towards C and then take a peek at B. Don't fall like right into this thing. I feel like that's what happens with so many people, is like they wonder why they're kind of stuck in place with whatever they're trying in, but they never really try and like kind of take a step back. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like get some high ground to really think like, how can I kind of take this situation and handle it with a smarter view, as in like, you know, I guess basically what I'm trying to say is don't just fall in line, just try and like try and get that advantage and really try and see the field better and see what path is better for you. I'm not trying to make it too deep, but I think you know what I'm trying to pick up on here.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, I feel like people playing these games, they're starting to learn and do that kind of different play style. They're not just all running in a line and getting, because they're just used to Call of Duty. I mean, that's all you do in Call of Duty. You just follow your team. You get into a fight, whatever team like loses pretty much. But when I played like Battlefield, I'd sit at one point the whole game sometimes. I'd just like, I'm controlling C. I'm not letting anyone else take C. If I
Yeah.
die, I'm respawning. I'm coming back to C to take
Back
it.
to see, yeah.
And you would actually do great on those games. I mean, yeah, I guess you could call it camping, but it was strategically taking a point and holding it.
Yeah. There's a strategic corner to sit in.
Strategic camping.
Yeah.
I guess is what it is.
I can't remember what we used to call it, but yeah, no, I feel like certain games, it's like, I guess a game like Battlefield that's so large scale.
That one's easier to stay in a point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if it's like A, B, and C, you don't want to run right into B with the rest of the team because it's just whoever wins.
It's just an all-out battle.
Yeah, it's just, and then it's a crapshoot because it's just whatever team wins that fight.
Yeah.
And it's just numbers at that point. It's not really skill. It's just, we popped one guy. Now we have 5. They have 4.
Yeah.
And then you just pick them off one by one, and they take the whole point. And then they move on to A and take A, and then get the full map. Yeah. Just because your whole team went in one position.
I know, and that's the problem. I feel like so many people like look up guides like, how to get better at this or that. And it's like they just follow the YouTube video, and then it's like, man.
Well, then if everyone follows the YouTube video, then everyone's gonna, and then you're stuck. You're back at square one.
There's no originality.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like so many people like they try and. There's always a balance because it's like if you're not comfortable with like in a game like with let's say your archetype you're using, let's say you're playing Overwatch or something, and your friends say play healer. And so, like, maybe you, like, spend some time alone, you play healer, you have some good games or something. But then you just really think, like, man, this is just, like, I'm just kind of sucking. So it's like, well, maybe I'll play some tank, see how that feels. Maybe I'll watch a guide on tank instead. Then you start to notice a bit more of the game. You kind of feel like you're in a better motion.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feel like you're kind of controlling it more. I feel like that's, like, I feel like so many people kind of fall in the archetype. So if you're playing Battlefield, it's like all you're using is assault rifle or something.
A medic. I'm gonna use the assault rifle.
Yeah, it's like, man, maybe you should really try out that engineer with the SMG.
Gonna be a sniper. Gonna sit on the hill the whole game.
Try something out.
Try to get a
Don't
sniper.
be afraid of it because your first game you're probably gonna suck at it anyway. But you already suck.
But you're not that bad when you're a sniper and you got 2 kills, 0 deaths because you're trying to hit 400-meter shots the entire game.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'd have fun doing that. I feel like games are not fun anymore because people are trying too hard. That's my downside to esports and all that is I feel like it's made every game competitive where you can't just have a team deathmatch-esque game without it turning into a competitive guide watching. Like everyone's using the same gun, everyone's using the same whatever's in the meta at the moment. Yeah. That's what they want to use. And I get it, you want to use what is the best in the game. But you didn't really have that like back in the day. I mean, you'd have like not many people were watching YouTube videos for guides.
Yeah.
The only YouTube videos were like skit comedies like Smosh or something. That was pretty much all that was on YouTube.
Yeah, or like glitches like in Call of Duty Zombies or something.
Yeah, I mean you had your like MW2 sawed-off shotguns that just dual-wield and you just akimboed until
everyone
out.
knew that from campaign.
They just
like, dude, I gotta try this.
I gotta try it.
Multiplayer is so good.
Yeah. That's what was fun about Call of Duty back then is you would play with a gun in campaign and be like, this is such a good gun. And then you'd go into multiplayer and you'd like using that gun.
Yeah. You and me were talking about that the other day in Black Ops 2. We were saying how like there was so much potential with any marker you used. Like you could literally hop on, I was mentioning like the Peacekeeper, and there was a group of people who would use the Peacekeeper and tear up with that thing. And then you had your MSMCs, you had your, what was the starter gun? Like what was it, the
M27?
The MTAR. Yeah. That thing was a beast in somebody's hands. And like you remember dude, some people were just like dedicated to the default site with that like circle and the dot.
Yeah, the circle, yeah.
Oh my
goodness.
The
FAL, people just use the FAL. Yep. The KSG, your shotgun mains, your quick scopers.
Yep, your ballista, snipers.
I feel like people don't have fun playing you go into a Call of Duty lobby now and it's everyone's using the exact same gun.
Yeah.
And there might be one guy using a riot shield or doing something stupid in the corner.
Yeah.
Back in Black Ops 2 in those games, everyone was doing something stupid. It was just if you win or not, kind of like it was up in the air. Yeah. Now it's like, all right, they're on B, yep, they're on C, yep, they're on A, okay, we're going around to A. Yeah. Back then it was just like, man, I hate this game. I'm just gonna sit in this corner and just see how many kills I can get.
Yeah.
It was just fun. It was fun. It was just goofy.
It was.
It's not like that anymore. Everyone's serious. You can't just join a random lobby and have fun. Usually half the people are trying to be serious.
Do you think that's because of like the gaming culture? Do you actually think it's something to do with... Do you think like developers are actually pushing for their leagues to really try and be filled up?
Well, I think they want competition because that can turn into like esports and money, revenue, and stuff like that. And people just, yeah, because, I mean, you go into a lobby in Call of Duty, no one wants, nowadays, it's, like, cheesy to run around and just use like a riot shield and a shot. Back then, like, you just put up with it and you had fun with it. It didn't matter. The guy was just throwing C4s across the map. Yeah. Now you do one thing that's not like the meta. They're like, why are you using that? It's stupid. Why would you use that?
Yeah.
And just let me do what I want. Let me run around with the ballistic knives and just do what I want to do. It's not I'm trying to enjoy the game the way I want to. Don't force it on me because you want the win.
Yeah.
Trust me, we can still get the win if I'm using these knives.
Yeah. See, but I also feel like that's like a problem where, like, I feel like developers, for example, you're saying, I want to play the game my way. But sometimes, man, like, for me, I hate when people complain about that you need to use this or that. Because I feel it's almost like, well, then how about you just pick up the end of the stick? Play better. But it's also like, I feel like developers really don't care about certain aspects of their game. If there's an underpowered gun, they'll leave it in that underpowered state for a year before even trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the problem. Like, people want to play their own, but some weapons are severely underpowered to where
you can't play with that gun.
Yeah.
It's
like,
just,
literally, you give it to Scumpy. Or, give it to Optic Scump, and, like, he's gonna die with it, for example, because it's just so underpowered. You know what I mean? Destiny had that problem for years. So many guns were so bad.
Well,
but, like, devs would never really cater for it. They would stick to a meta because they understood meta. You know, like, they would like the state of their game. But sometimes it kind of rubs me the wrong way when I see weapons that they've created underperform drastically and nothing is being done to change it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I see what you're saying because it's just not fair at that point to use that gun.
Yeah.
But then it becomes kind of just fun to use that gun that's terrible because you know it's terrible and people will just use it anyway. You know how embarrassing it is to, like, it's like a 1v1 in search and destroy and you got killed by the guy throwing Molotovs or just doing something stupid in the corner.
Yeah.
Doing a little, like, grenade launcher to your chest. Or a crossbow. Getting shot with a crossbow.
Oh, yeah. The explosive bolt.
It's just anger-inducing because you're like, that's such a terrible gun.
Yeah.
Because everyone just wants, like, everyone's got to use the meta.
It's very true. I'm glad you mentioned that.
And I don't think it's... In some games, like Destiny, you kind of have to use guns. You have to use that certain gun, especially because it's just the way the game is, the way it works with, like, raids and like, if you're not using that gun, there's no chance you will succeed. In Call of Duty, you can still kind of goof around a little bit, but people get mad at you. Yeah. People are like, why are you using that? You're ruining the game for us. You're the reason we're losing. They're like, well, play better then. Well, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, you need 4 people exactly using this exact gun with these exact attachments in order to win.
I know, it kind of shows the insecurity of, like, a player to be like, you need to use this for us to win.
Well, yeah, and that's Destiny. Like, if you go into, like, LFG, it's like, if you're not max late and if you're not max level and have this exact gun with this exact role, we're not even playing with you because you're crap.
Yeah.
You're not good enough to get lucky in the rolls and get this weapon.
It shows character.
Yeah, no, just people are jerks. Well, in Destiny, I mean, look, I used the most random guns that no one would ever use, and we still won, and we had fun doing it because everyone was like, "You're crap. Don't use that gun. Don't use the last remote or whatever." Is that what it was
the little shotgun?
Yeah, the shotgun. Yeah. They're like, "You can't use that. You're never going to win with that.
Yeah,
never going to win the trials.
Exactly.
We do it. We win.
Yeah,
we don't care."
Nick has a name in a lot of these games. We call him the meta creator. And he really holds that title true. I mean, this guy, talk about, I never knew, like, 2 sensitivity with the LSAT. It could be something. Like, this guy can just make it happen. It's honestly beautiful to see.
You just got to do it. You just pick a gun you like using. You're like, that's the gun I want.
Yeah.
I'm doing good with it. I don't care if everyone else does bad with it. If I'm doing good with it, they're not going to expect it. And it changes up because it also causes a problem. If everyone knows what everyone's going to use, then they're just going to use the same thing. But if you're using something that's out of the whack, like no one would ever use that, and you're going to be like, I don't know how to counter this. No one made a YouTube guide on how to counter this.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do it. It doesn't make any sense.
I know he's running double shotguns.
Why is he running 2 shotguns?
Yeah,
like that makes no sense.
Exactly.
But he's doing it and he's winning. He's taking names.
Yeah. So would you rather be top, like, King of the Hill in esports or at casual play, just making like content? Like, what would you
Casual.
rather? Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Because if you're at the top, you literally have to be on the game. It is a job at that point. I mean, if you're on the top, it is your job.
But what if you're natural? Like, what if you're like some of these players
that just can turn on the
Dude,
game
they
and
just
play?
turn it on, but like obviously they study the game.
Yeah,
but like,
it'll
but sometimes
eventually
like that studying that you just have to do in that game, that's not something that you have to try and be more creative at something else. Because like for example, people that play like single player games, they got to do something really interesting. Because if they don't, it's just another single player experience.
Yeah, they have to be fun and entertaining themselves.
Yeah,
if they're not entertaining, then the gameplay is not going to be entertaining because they're not having fun with it.
See, but all an esport player has to do, I say all he has to do, you obviously have to be highly skilled.
Yeah.
But all he has to do instead of being creative, I just have to study more.
I just have to be better.
And I have to know how to handle situations better. But if you're already good and you're studying yourself and you're seeing your faults and you're nearly the best player in the world, that's a deadly guy. That's a deadly competitor.
And that's the thing is, like, if you're the best, you're going to get views anyway if you're a creator just because you're the best.
Yeah.
People like to see winners.
Yeah.
People don't want to see losers unless they're funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is.
I get it, yeah. I know, like, I saw, it's honestly, they're so, I said them differently. Like, would you rather be an esports star or a casual star? But they're honestly, like, really similar because I see so many, like, guys, like, leave the pro scene because they're getting, like, bummed out and depressed because of repetition.
Yeah, of course. It's horrible. You just gotta play it all the time.
But then I see creative guys that are like, people are taking my content after I post it and they're doing the same thing. So like they'll come up with the great idea, a week later 50 other people are doing their
already
thing.
famous people can do it.
So it's like, man,
you
like
see a
this
lot
is
of that on TikTok. Like,
I know.
You'll see an original creator, but then you'll see, like, you'll scroll down 2 videos and you'll see someone do the exact same thing, and you don't even know who the original is at that point.
You don't.
Because there's like 50 of them
You
in
don't.
that sound doing
Exactly.
the same video. You're like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know who did it first.
I know. It's like I see that happen. That's what I was telling you the other day. Like I pray for the sake of originality, because all you see on TikTok is the same thing over and over.
Originality, I mean, in a world where everyone's like linked and doing this and always on social media, everyone's seeing the same stuff. Originality is kind of hard to come by because probably someone's done it. I mean, back like before internet and stuff, originality was pretty easy because if you had a voice and you did it, yeah, sure, 20, 30 people thought of it before you, but you were the first one to do it.
Yeah,
they didn't do it
for sure.
But now people just copy it and do it because they have confidence and they can do it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, it's something like literally like back in the day. The only way, like, if you were to watch a comedy skit, you know how many jokes you could take, and no one would know. Like, there was no DVR.
Yeah,
Something like that. You know what I mean?
That's
Sometimes,
true.
like, you could just like really steal a lot, and you could be the next class
now
clown or something.
people find stand-up comedians stealing all the time, and they'll post it. They'll be like, look, they stole this joke from this stand-up comedian 3 years ago. They had the same joke. But
Yeah.
back in the day, there was no DVRs, nothing. Yeah, they could have heard that joke like 10 years ago, but you'd never
There was
know.
no TikTok to post it on to
Yeah,
blow it up.
you would just hear it and be like, oh, that's funny. That guy's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But actually, he stole it from the other guy. But
Exactly.
you didn't know.
Yeah, so the original guy could have gotten like, let's say 50,000 views. But somebody takes it, he has a massive platform.
Yeah.
He's got it. It's his joke now.
And that's the problem with like we see these people who are big in the esports and they're getting like depressed because they have to play this game every day and it's the only game they can play because that's what keeps views.
Yeah.
So they eventually just go play other games and do other fun challenges that other creators have already done.
Yeah.
And they just steal the idea and do it themselves. And they get more views because they have more of a following because so many people were watching them before.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
It is just thievery at that point, I guess. But
It is, yeah. I mean, that's just, it's what do they call it? What do they call in the NFL? Like a copycat league. Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a copycat league.
Copycat league.
And
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It sticks on online as well.
I mean, yeah, it's terrible, but I mean, it's the world we live in at this point. As TikTok, I think, has brought it to a new level of stealing content.
Yeah.
Because everyone's seeing different things.
Yeah.
So, like, my For You page is different than yours.
Yeah.
It just depends on what videos you like. So you'll see a guy do a skit, and I'll see another guy do the same skit.
But they're just different people.
But one has like a million likes, and yours has like 2 likes and like 3 views. But he's doing the same skit.
Yeah.
He could be the
He
original.
could have been the original guy.
Your guy that did
the guy with the millions just liked him.
The million is just a famous TikToker that just saw the skit on his For You page and said, I'm going to do this. It's funny. This guy's funny. Yeah. I'm not going to like him, though, or give him any credit.
Yeah.
That'd be stupid. Yeah. That'd take away from my content. I'm not going to allow that. I need money. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's that third view with no like.
Yeah. The third view with no like is usually the most creative one. Yeah. And the guy that has 1 million views just stole his stuff. So.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
That's why, like, my TikTok, I rarely watch TikTok. But, like, man, my feed, I guess my For You page, it's fire. I have, like, so much, like, redneck jokes on there. It's honestly hilarious.
That's all your For You page is?
Yeah. It's
Mine is the most random.
I feel like at home.
Mine will be, like, card pack openings 1 second. Then it'll be celebrity dancing the next second.
Bro, that's so boring.
It goes. It's like mine doesn't have a filter yet. For me, it's like so random.
Oh, it's just like if you had no account or something.
Yeah, basically, it's like I'll have game clips, and then like it'll be a TikTok star, and then I'll scroll again, and it'll be a random like a car video, and I'm like, I don't know. It's all over the place.
It's just everywhere.
It's just because I like everything. I'm just like I'm very general. I'll just be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't pick a thing. I'm like oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
Not interested. Don't hit it. And you can do that. You can just keep hitting not interested. But I've hit it a ton of times. Let me tell you, I still get the stuff that I hit not interested. I'm not interested in this, but it keeps showing it to me anyway. I'm like, I told you guys I don't want to watch this video.
It's so bad.
It doesn't matter. I still got like 4 hours of view time every week on TikTok. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you're on it that much?
Screened. Yeah. You don't. TikTok is so hard to keep track of time. You're scrolling, and then you just keep scrolling. Like these are only like 30-second clips. You watch like 400 of them.
Yeah, well, you wait for that gem.
Yeah, and then you find that gem, and then you're like, oh, I gotta find more.
I know.
It's
literally
so rewarding.
Greed. It's greed. That's what it is. It's honestly greed in an app. If you really think about it, you're just killing yourself with it. I don't know. I shouldn't say much on it because I like I said, I'm rarely on it. It's
big. It's the biggest social media in the world now.
For sure. Yeah.
It's surpassed Twitter. Who owns TikTok? That's some random company. They're their own thing, aren't they? They're not owned by Facebook or anything like that.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're private.
All the other ones are owned by like the same person.
I know, it's all Mark
Zuckerberg. Instagram is owned by Facebook. I think Snapchat might be alone. They never sold out.
Yeah.
But like, because now you can link everything from your Facebook to your Instagram. Like, I can post a story on Instagram. Would you also like to post it on Facebook?
You can do it on Twitter too, right? I don't think they're not together, but they like post together, right? Because like, isn't there like a link you can put on Twitter that's like, hey, check out my recent Instagram post?
Check out my recent. Yeah, there is. Yeah, they're all linked.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Anyway, dude, we're chilling out at like 52 and a half minutes.
You think that's it, man? I think
we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, we can wrap it there.
Did you enjoy it?
Great. I enjoyed it.
That was pretty fun, man.
I'm glad we finally did this. It's fun. And thank you guys if anyone's listening.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for
Appreciate
listening.
you guys watching. Hope you did enjoy. I was just kind of spouting random stuff, but it was fun though.
It was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Nicholas.
Yep, I'll see you later, man.
See you, bro. Take it easy.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.